all you're trying to do is fucking survive through the gig.
Yeah.
Your whole day, when you're doing it in a van, your whole day is to survive through the gig. Like everything you do is trying to just make it through the 90 minutes.
And the show must go on.
And the show
matter what
must
happens.
go on. We had a van catch fire on the interstate. And that's a whole story. We'll do.
You made it to the gig, though, didn't you?
By God, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
If you have to rent a moped and 5 sets of skates with a rope, they're going to get you to that gig.
We were 800 miles away from Logan's biggest headlining show. It burns down in Mobile, Alabama. I'll be quick on this. Burns down, catches fire. The engine catches fire. Everything burns down. I'm pulling. Me and Logan's
Gear.
dad are pulling backpacks out of a burn. There's pictures of me pulling stuff out of an engulfed. We can't
There's
lose
pictures. One of them wasn't helping unload the gear. They're just...
No. Well, nobody. Everyone was scared because they all thought cars like explode. Like in movies, cars don't explode, by the way. You know, it's a plastic gas tank. There's no compression. The plastic melts. The gas, it'll burn.
I'm like, I knew that.
But it doesn't pop. It can't pop. You
Right.
got to have it's got to be contained. You know, it's not how that works.
Right.
The tires will pop, but even then, that's anyway. So everyone's like, "It's gonna explode," and I'm like, "We got plenty of time to get these bags out." So we got the bags out, and then it's starting to catch, and it was like, "We got to unhook this trailer from this now. I cannot lose. It's my trailer. It's all of our merch, all my gear, all the sound guy. It was everything."
How did you do it? Just all hands on deck, or like throw it in neutral and we'll push the burning van?
Logan's dad was like, "Hey, wait till that last tire pops," and then I was like, everybody now get to the trailer. We got to empty this trailer before the flame gets back to the trailer."
So y'all couldn't move it?
No, because I was looking for the key and it started getting a little too hot, and I was like, it ain't worth it. You know, it was getting really hot, and it was in the dash. The key was somewhere, you know, like you just threw it in the dash.
Yeah.
I'm digging around, can't find the key. I'm like, it ain't worth that. You know, so I still have this trailer. The whole front of it's black, but and we've got a picture this big on the bus of the van on fire. But that back tire popped. And then we're like, let's go. And the whole band just rushed to the trailer, and we threw every piece of gear out in like 5 minutes, you know, not even. As it was getting hot in there, smoke was starting to roll, but we were just chunking everything. Didn't lose one piece of anything. But we had 800 miles to go. His biggest headlining show. He'd sold 1,000 tickets on a headlining show. And we had to make it.
Good timing.
My brother turned around. He was taking pictures that night. Jackson turned around in a Mazda 3. The band got in the Mazda 3, and he started driving them. Me and Logan's dad, I called a wrecker and had them put the trailer on the back of the wrecker. We reloaded the trailer, cut the lock off with one of the firefighters had a jigsaw, so we cut the lock off, put the trailer on a wrecker, drove back to Mobile, Alabama at 3 a.m. in the absolute worst part of Mobile you could be in, at a U-Haul. And me and Logan's dad they dropped the trailer, and we sat at that U-Haul till 7 a.m. Gunshots going off around us. People walking all over the streets, and we're sitting there with, you know, $30,000 worth of gear in a burnt trailer, me and Logan's dad, who was a GBI for Georgia Bureau of Investigation guy for.
So y'all had a postal.
Yeah, he was, you know, I felt, well, I didn't feel safe, but if it was going to go down, I'm glad he was there.
Yeah.
You know? I was like falling asleep on the pavement, and I heard gunshots, and I looked up, and he said, "Yep." And I was like, well, I'm not going to go to sleep now. And I just stayed up. 7 a.m, they had one 25-foot U-Haul one way with a trailer hitch. We hooked to that trailer and drove. No sleep now. I slept holding my bag while Logan's dad drove because I had to play. So I'm sleeping on my bag like this. And we drove through the night with that trailer and made it to sound check at 2 p.m. or, 3 p.m. and played that show. Crazy.
Not one neck cramp from
Dude, I was, yeah.
And then slept for 2 days.
And
then was-
slept.
Where was the rest of the band when you guys? They were in a hotel room getting showers.
Well, they
We had
didn't
to
have
double
it.
up in the beds. We had to share
Well,
beds.
look, they
It's
didn't have
terrible.
it. They didn't have it well because there was 4 of them, plus my brother. There was 5 of them in a Mazda 3. This is a 2-door car. You know, like
Yeah.
or whatever it was. I don't know.
call
if it was
middle.
a Mazda 3. Yeah, it was like. Yeah, they were on. They continued to the gig. We went backwards to get the U-Haul, and then went back up that morning when the U-Haul opened. We were sitting on bar stools in front of a burnt trailer in that U-Haul in the middle of Mobile, Alabama.
Bar stools.
Crazy. It was
Exposed.
Yeah, cut some limbs off and lay it on the.
right. Scooby Doo van.
We need to build a shelter now.
Yeah,
Just in the middle of the parking lot with a bunch of limbs.
we met what was his name? The Bronco Kid. We were sitting there. This was probably 4 or 5 in the morning. Sun's barely coming up now, and we're sitting at this thing. And there'd been this U-Haul, big U-Haul, running off on the other side. This was a massive U-Haul, big U-Haul place. Far corner of the parking lot. We're here, the far corner. There's a U-Haul lights on, and we're like, somebody's probably just sleeping or whatever. Well, they were, and the guy finally got out, and he was like, he was the Bronco Kid. He's like, I'm the Bronco Kid. Y'all work here? And I was like, yeah. Obviously, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you can put your keys right over there. We'll get to it soon. It's fine. Just leave it. Just acting like I work there. And he's like, thanks, man. If y'all need anything, y'all running security? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I know these streets. I know everyone on these streets. I tell everyone not to mess with y'all. I'm like, cool, dude. Just leave the keys.
That worked out.
Thank you
We'll
so
clean
much.
it up.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
he
he's
said.
like, I'm going to tell everybody, leave y'all alone. Yeah,
Which made me think I'm going to tell everybody.
yeah. Hey, there's some guys over there. Don't mess with them.
Yeah, you're.
They got a bunch of gear.
Yeah, sitting ducks.
Yeah.
At least the trailer looked terrible.
Yeah.
So you could not.
It looked
you
like
would
it
not.
was abandoned, burnt.
Right. You would not be like, that's the trailer to rob. I mean, it was black and the fender well was jacked up. It was just terrible. So. Dad always had that. My dad always told me, he's like, what we need to get big magnets printed up that's like, John Wayne's septic and sewer removal and put on the side of
good
all
idea.
the band trailers all the time, because that way nobody.
It's attached to a bus.
Yeah.
I'm
But
kidding.
still,
No. Yeah.
like somebody
Oh,
that
yeah.
doesn't know any better might go like, I ain't stealing poop tools.
But man, I need to get into the poop trade. You got a
poop
bus.
Yeah. Crazy times out there. It's not as fun as it used to be. Even the crazy times, not quite as fun. But I will admit, that's probably what gets me fired up the most. Playing shows, man. We've played so many shows, it doesn't really
Right.
spark me up. But doing the impossible
Yeah.
and getting that crispy trailer 800 miles.
I just wish
Yeah.
the bus would burn now.
You're right. Getting that crispy
Because no
trailer
matter
800
what,
miles.
that adrenaline still kicks in when you get up there, no matter what.
Right. But that's the hard part. Like, anybody can play a show. To me, that was super fun. I don't want to say that was fun, but it kind of was. It was more adrenaline than I get from on stage.
Yeah.
Was how do we figure out this impossible situation and keep the show going?
When you're up there, you're thinking, I cannot believe we're up here right now.
Exactly. You're like,
Defied the odds.
I cannot believe we just pulled that off. I know I can play this part. I know,
Yeah.
but I cannot believe we just pulled that off.